Hi everyone, and welcome back to another retro review of a figure from the GI Joe The Rise of Cobra line. This one being Zartan, the Master of Disguise. And Zartan, obviously an important character in the film, goes on to become one of the main villains in GI Joe Retaliation. You can see on the back we have got the classified emblem on his sort of file card to indicate that he changes his disguise. Little bit of damage on the card back, but nothing too major. And then we've got Ripcord, Scarlet, Shipwreck, Breaker, the Neo Viper Commando, and also Heavy Duty. And this was an awesome figure to get back in the day because you kind of got a 2-in-1. You got Zartan, or if you put the normal cap head on, you had a GI Joe Pit Commando essentially, or a trooper who was part of the MP team in the pit. So a really, really cool figure to add to the collection. So I am just going to cut it open here very, very gently. Going to see if we can get the tape just there. I'm not keeping the packaging for these figures, but it feels wrong to destroy it given how old they are at this point. So I'm trying to do it, open them as gently as possible. As you can see just there with running the scissors underneath the card. And there we go, we can pull everything out of the packaging. There we have got Zartan, his spare head has already come out. We'll pop the figure out, pop these accessories out. Just like so. Like so. One of my favourite accessories to come with a GI Joe, this little knife with the thicker blade on the back of it actually. Is it going to come out? No. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. We have got Zartan's sword. Let's come back to that. The backpack. And the missile launcher. These were packed in quite funnily back in the day. I've just sent that flying with the spring of the missile launcher. Where it was quite challenging sometimes to get them out because you'd have things pushed through like holes in the plastic that were too big for them essentially. Or the items were too big for the plastic, so then getting it out could always be a little bit of a challenge. Just going to angle us down slightly so you get a better look at what's on the table. And then we will push this little knife out. You can see just there, that has gone flying over to here. And here we have Zartan out of the packaging. So what we'll do, we'll take a look at the missile launcher first, since this is again, the gimmick that all of the GI Joe Rise of Cobra figures came with. You can see this one, quite a big missile launcher with a flexible foregrip. Shoots well, just like the rest of the items, and is taller than the figure itself. So that sums up the usability of that. Then accessory-wise, we have got this backpack for Zartan that opens up. You can see this is designed to hold his spare head, so we can put the head with the cap on in there if we want to, and close it up. You've got the cap head just there. Good looking head, nice camo on the cap. Useful head to have for making a standard Joe. We then get two knives. We get this smaller one, just here, quite a narrow blade. As you can see there, and it has an attachment point on the back end of it, although it doesn't attach to anything in this set, weirdly. And then we have got this other knife, which is much thicker handle-wise. Again, a good weapon for him. He holds the weapons really well. We then get his sword, which is a nice curved sword with a sharp blade on it. You can see there's even some... Put my hand there to just get the contrast for you. Some texturing on the blade, and I am wondering, can the knife slot in there, perhaps? I had this figure as a kid and I can never work out what to do with it. No, it doesn't look like it does, but that would have been quite cool. But yeah, the sword is cool. We then get this gun, which is kind of the exaggerated style of gun that Cobra uses in the film. And then lastly we have Zartan himself coming in the sort of GI Joe blue camouflage that we expect. This figure has got a GI Joe MP armband on it, which is really awesome. It has a simulated pistol in holster at the front, and a walkie-talkie as well as a grenade at the back, just there. And you can see that the camo on this figure looks great. Articulation wise, the arms don't come particularly far forward. You can get them far forward about as far as there, so not even a full 90 degrees, which is a bit unfortunate because it means it's really hard for him to hold any weapons really. This figure definitely poses a lot better with pistols. You do get the ab crunch on the waist just there. Legs go up that far before they're hindered by the waist cape, which does have a habit of coming undone and rotating round. Get double jointed knees, and the ankles the same articulation we've really seen before. And if we bring that head a bit closer, you can see that the Zartan head sculpt is really, really good. It really does look like the actor who portrays him, which is awesome. So that, in a nutshell, really, is Zartan. I will just pop the head off and put the other head on for you to see, because this was the preferred way I displayed this figure as a kid. And you can see that just looks like a standard GI Joe MP. You could have a couple of these figures posed with Sergeant Stone sort of looking like a security detail, and it would work quite well. If we just take a couple of his weapons and put them in his hands very briefly here, get him posed up. There we go. You can see that Zartan, all in all, is a very cool figure, and definitely a welcome addition to the lineup of different characters available in this assortment. We do also get, just before we finish here, the usual dog tag stand. So that is a closer look at Zartan, guys. I hope you've enjoyed a closer look at the Master of Disguise. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe. And until the next video, take care and have a great week.